Hello, hello, hello. I'm Natalia. Welcome to a new Yoga for All Bodies practice created specially for you. As you can see, you will need some props. Your blocks, one bolster, your blankets, and a chair if you have one nearby. And you can always replace these yoga props with everyday items in case you don't have them. For example, your blocks, you can replace them with the seat of your chair. Your blankets with some towels, and your bolster with some cushions. So get all your props, find everything you need, and we're going to get started. So I invite you to have your accessible seat, whatever that looks like for you today. You can sit on your mat, you can sit on your chair, you can sit on your couch, whatever feels accessible for you today. And with the eyes open or closed, I invite you to notice the sensations of the air against your skin, the support under the sitting bones, and if it feels accessible for you today, I invite you to bring the hands on top of your heart, taking a moment to find your heartbeat, to check in with yourself. How are you feeling in this very moment in your body? But most importantly, how are you feeling in your heart and your mind? Maybe you're noticing any physical sensations, areas in your body in which you're holding extra tension today. Or maybe you're noticing what your mind, what your heart need during this practice. Permission to slow down, maybe. Permission to breathe with freedom. Or a reminder that your body and your mind are perfect the way they are right now. Take a big breath in. Let it out. Every time we sigh, making a noise, we reset the nervous system. So I invite you during your practice and also in daily life to use this technique. A big breath in and let it out. With any sound you like. And today we're going to start with a seated warm-up. So I invite you to find your most accessible seat. You can sit on your chair, you can sit on your mat, you can sit on your bed, on your couch, whatever feels accessible for you today. And if you want to sit on your mat, there are some ways in which you can make this seated position more accessible, more comfortable for you. You can grab one of your towels, one of your blankets, and you will roll it. And you decide how thick or how soft you want this support to be. Once you have it rolled, you will cross it in front of both shins and behind the ankles. This prevents the legs from falling asleep and you instantly find that length in your spine. So I invite you to try it today. And when you're ready, soften the shoulders. Slowly roll the pubic bones down, finding that length in your spine. And take a moment to notice how do you feel in this seated position. Remember, you can always switch and change your position to your chair or to any other seat that you have nearby. And when you're ready, we're going to start with some movement for the neck and the shoulders. During this whole practice, I'm going to be offering variations, options. So I invite you to feel them in your body and choose the one that you need today. So soften the shoulders, take a big breath in. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest. And pause here. Taking a moment to notice what is happening in the sides of the neck, behind the head, in the top of the shoulders, in the muscles of your face, and you have the option to stay just like this if the sensations are enough for today, or you can slowly explore and make half circles, leading the movement with your nose. And I invite you to explore this movement in your own terms. With the eyes open, with the eyes closed. Maybe holding the head to one side for a couple of breaths and then switch. Finding what you need in this movement, in these stretches. Another option is making full circles with the head. In some bodies that feels amazing, in others not so much. That's why we explore. When you're ready, come back to center, bring the head up, and take a moment to notice what is happening after these movements. Any change in the temperature of your body, in the sensations. And if today you're not noticing anything, that's perfectly fine. That's your practice today. Take a big breath in. Let it out. And now we continue with some movement for the shoulders. Option number one, you can rest the hands on your knees or your thighs. Soften the shoulders. Big breath in, bring the shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. Gently hugging the shoulder blades behind you. And one more time, give yourself permission to explore here. Maybe moving super slow, a little bit faster, with the eyes open, with the eyes closed. Maybe one shoulder at a time, whatever you need today. Big breath in. Let it out. When you're ready, stop the movement and change the direction. Now you're making the circles forward. Gently separating the shoulder blades behind you. And noticing without judgment if this movement feels in any way different. Another alternative here is bringing the fingertips on top of the shoulders. And every time you bring the elbows forward, you invite them to meet. And this works in both directions, by the way. Big breath in. Let it out. When you're ready, Stop the movement and take a moment to notice any sensations in your hands, in the arms, the shoulders. And I invite you to do these check-ins with the eyes open or with the eyes closed, whatever allows you to better connect with what is happening in this very moment in your mind and in your body. Take a big breath in. Let it out. Gently open the eyes if you have them closed. And please change the crossing of the legs at any moment your body gives you that signal. Don't wait for me to give you the cue to change the crossing of the legs. You will know when it's time. Your body, your practice. And now we continue with some spinal movements. You can rest the hands on your thighs, on your knees, soften the shoulders, soften the muscles of the face. And when you're ready, inhale, bring your torso forward. Exhale back. You are rocking on your sitting bones, allowing your whole body to move with you. And I invite you to explore here. How does it feel to move super, super slow? Maybe making tiny circles or huge circles. One more time, whatever you need today. Inhale forward, exhale back. When you're ready, stop the movement and switch the direction. This second side might be completely different. So just notice, without judgment, what is happening. Maybe the speed is different in this second side, the size of the movement. Big breath in, let it out. When you're ready, stop the movement. Pause for a moment, taking a moment to notice how your mind and how your body are receiving this rocking motion. Big breath in. Let it out. Gently open the eyes. Big breath in, reach the arms up, only up to the height that feels comfortable for you today. From the sides, from the front. Exhale, bring the palms in front of your heart. Big breath in, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands in front of you. One more time, big breath in, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands in front of your heart. Pause for a moment, taking a moment to notice any sensations in the arms, in the hands. And you have the option to stay just like this, or you will switch the direction. This means big breath in, bring the palms up. Exhale, open and reach. Inhale, reach the palms up. Remember, in the height that feels comfortable for you today. Big breath in and open and reach. Pause for a moment. And when you're ready, walk the right hand to your side, finding your side bend. You can use your block, a blanket, to bring the earth closer to your hands. And if for any reason this doesn't feel good in the shoulder today, you can bring the hand to the low back, the hand behind the head, the hand to the hip. And once you notice that you're reaching from your whole side body, gently invite the chest to turn up. And explore this posture. with the eyes open, with the eyes closed. Big breath in. Let it out. Inhale, come back to center, and now you switch. Side bend, second side. You know your options. The second side might be completely different. So give yourself the gift of giving what your mind, what your body needs right now. Big breath in. Let it out. Inhale, come back to center. Taking a moment to notice what is happening in the sides of your body, in the front, the back. And also if something else is starting to change inside of you. Big breath in. Let it out. Gently open the eyes if you have them closed. And now we will continue with a twist. The important thing about twists is that we want to allow our whole body to be part of the movement. So never grounding the sitting bones and then move. No. And you can feel how your body is super smart and knows what to do. If you start moving your torso side to side, and no matter if you're sitting on the chair, if you're sitting on your mat, on your bed, on your couch, what is happening with the knees? One knee goes forward and the other goes backwards. So this is the movement we want to experience in all twists. Seated, standing, everyday twist, all the twists. So stop the movement. Roll the pubic bones down, finding that length in your spine. And when you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up, only up to the height that feels accessible for you today. Exhale, twist to your right. You can leave the arms long by your sides, maybe palms in prayer position, but never forcing the twist, because your body is smart and they know when to stop. And I invite you to explore this twist with the eyes open or with the eyes closed. Noticing how your mind, how your body are receiving this movement. Big breath in. Let it out. Inhale, come back to center. Bring the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands in front of your heart. And release the arms. Take a moment to notice any difference between the right and the left side. One more time, if you're not noticing anything, that's also perfectly fine. And when you're ready, big breath in, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the second side. To the side that you haven't done yet. Finding the placement of your arms. Exploring if you want to hold this posture with the eyes open, with the eyes closed. Big breath in. Let it out. Inhale, come back to center, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands in front of your heart and release the arms. Pausing for a moment. Noticing what is happening in your body, in your mind after this twist. Big breath in. Let it out. Gently open the eyes if you have them closed. And last thing, seated, our seated cat and cow. So one more time, you can rest the hands on your knees or your thighs, soften the shoulders. When you're ready, inhale, arch your back. This is your seated cow. Exhale, round. Gently bringing the chin to the chest. This is your cat. And continue exploring in your own speed, with the eyes open, with the eyes closed. And you have the option to continue exploring your seated cat and cow, or you can transition into your hands and knees, your tabletop position. You can use your blanket to give your knees extra cushion, extra comfort today, or you can leave your blanket nearby for when it's time for extra relaxation. So with control, hands in line with the shoulders, knees hip distance apart or even wider, whatever allows you to take the space your body needs. And you can leave your toes tucked or untucked. Gently push the mat away. And when you're ready, inhale, arch your back, finding your cow. Exhale, round, push the mat away, finding your cat. And I invite you to explore this posture with the eyes open, with the eyes closed, maybe holding your cow for a couple of breaths and then switch. And exploring any other movements. For example, moving the hips side to side, making circles with your whole body to one side, then the other. Big breath in. Let it out. Now you have the option to continue exploring your cat and cow seated or in your hands and knees, or you can explore your child's pose. Starting from your tabletop position, separate the knees. And option number 1, arms long in front of you. Option number 2, forearms down. If for any reason you want to leave your head up today, maybe to look what is happening around you, or because it just feels amazing in your body today. And another option is resting your forehead in the back of your hands or in a block. No matter the variation you're choosing today, I invite you to soften your whole body. To soften the shoulders, to soften the muscles of the face, your belly. Allowing gravity take control here. Big breath in. Let it out. And you have the option to continue exploring the posture in which you are right now, or you can set up for your downward facing dog. Starting from your tabletop position, you tuck the toes, press the hands, and you bring the hips up and back for your downward facing dog. If you're practicing with the chair, you can also explore your downward facing dog with the seat of your chair. You bring it in front of you, inside your mat. You grab the sides and you press the hands against the seat. So no matter if you are on your downward facing dog, on your mat, or using the seat of the chair, you are pushing the mat away. You can bend one knee, then the other. And of course, you can continue exploring your cat and cow, your child's pose. Big breath in. Let it out. When you're ready, with control, come back to your tabletop position. And everybody, find your comfortable seat. Move slowly, becoming aware of your breath, of what is happening in your body. And when you're ready, we will continue with a wide-legged forward fold. I'm going to be offering also an option using the chair. So wait for me if you're practicing on the chair. And if you want to sit on your mat, I invite you to sit on top of gentle height. For example, a towel, a blanket, something to create a gentle elevation for the hips. So sit on top of this. And you can have your bolster or your blocks nearby to support you once you enter the posture. So first thing here, separate the legs. First thing to notice, hands to the low back. If you notice that you're rounding the low back, that means that you need a little bit more height under the hips. So you can add an extra blanket, an extra pillow, whatever you have nearby. And if you notice that after that elevation, you have a space behind the knee, I invite you, I ask you that you feel that space. For example, with an extra blanket, because we never want to hyperextend the knees. And second thing, you are in charge of the sensations here. So for more sensations, you separate the feet a lot. For less sensations, same benefits, you bring the feet closer to each other. Now flex the feet, activating the legs. And take a moment to notice how do you feel in this seated position. Now, if you're practicing on the chair, I invite you to sit closer to the front edge of the chair. You can have your bolster nearby. Separate the knees to create the space your body needs for when you fall forward. And everybody, the movement starts from the hips. You're hinging at the hips. The movement doesn't start at the head, at the waist, from the hips. So when you're ready, big breath in. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fall forward. If you're on your chair, you can rest your arms, your forehead on your bolster. And you can add any height that you need on top of this prop. And if you are seated on your mat, You can also use your bolster. So take a moment to notice, how do you feel in this posture? And once your mind and your body feel welcome, supported in the posture, you invite relaxation in. Softening the feet, the legs, softening your belly, the muscles of the back, the shoulders, the arms, the fingers. Inviting your mind and your body to meet in stillness. We're going to stay in this posture for a couple of minutes. So if at any moment this pose doesn't feel good for the mind or for the body, feel free to come out. This is your practice. Scan your body to notice if there's any part that you can soften some more. Maybe the hands, the shoulders, the muscles of the face. And if at any moment emotions start to arise, I invite you to welcome them with curiosity and as a friend, without judgment. Take a big breath in. Let it out. Gently flex the feet, activating the legs. And with control, come all the way up. Remove your bolster, remove your blocks if you were using them. You can use the hands to help you bring the legs long in front of you. And I invite you to take a moment to notice how your mind, how your body feel after this forward fold. If it helps you to better connect with what is happening with your body, you can bring the hands on top of your heart. Taking a moment to notice. Take a big breath in. Let it out. And you can bring some movement in, maybe pointing and flexing, making circles with the ankles to one side, then the other. And sometimes the hands want to join. If that's the case, please allow them to do that. Big breath in. Let it out. When you're ready, stop the movement. And now we will continue with a gentle heart opener. This is a heart nourisher and it's a position in which you're going to be opening the front of your body. So we have some options. Option number one is for a deeper stretch, more sensations. You will need one of your bolsters, and I invite you to bring it the long way at the top of your mat. So this is the most intense sensation, the deeper stretch. You can use your blanket right at the base of this bolster. And wait for me, I'm going to also show you an option seated. And another alternative, if you're going to be exploring this posture on your mat, is creating a ramp. You can use two pillows. This is my favorite way of doing this posture because you have more cushion than using your blocks. So you will bring one in horizontal position in front of you and the other on top, creating this ramp. So you will enter this posture. It doesn't matter if you're using ramp or no ramp. You will sit with your body in contact with the props. There's no space between your body and your props. Knees bent, and you come all the way down. And you can leave the arms by your sides, hands on your belly, hands on your heart. And if you notice that you don't have any kind of low back discomfort, you can go ahead and extend the legs. You can cover yourself up, you can cover your eyes, whatever works for you. And if you want to explore a heart opener in the chair, we have many options. But one you can use is using a bolster behind you and grabbing gently with your hands the back of the chair, the legs of the chair, stopping the action once you notice that the shoulder blades are gently hugging each other. And gentle tension in the hands. You can cover yourself up. You can cover your eyes. Take a moment to notice how do you feel in this posture. And once your mind and your body feel welcome, supported, you invite relaxation in, softening the feet, the legs, softening your belly, the shoulders, the muscles of the face, reminding your mind and your body that you give yourself permission to slow down and rest, because you are already doing more than enough. If at any moment this posture doesn't feel good for you, feel free to come out. Your body, your practice. Scan your body to notice if there's any part that you can soften some more. The fingers, the muscles of the face. Big breath in. Let it out. You have the option to continue resting just like this in your heart opener. Or you can set up for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Any variation, any option. The important thing is that you don't skip it. Because this is how you will feel all the benefits from your practice. If you're practicing on your chair, you can release the arms and gently find that length in your spine, maybe using the same bolster against your back. You can rest the hands on your lap, on your heart, on your belly. And you can cover yourself up, because when relaxation kicks in, the temperature goes down. If you're practicing on your mat, you can use a blanket to support your head, a bolster under the knees, or any other version. A seated meditation, laying on your side, laying on your belly, whatever you need today. Make sure that you're comfortable, that you're warm. And no matter your choice, separate the arms from your body. So you can breathe with freedom. Inviting your mind and your body to receive all the benefits from your practice. Feel free to continue resting for as long as needed. And if you're ready to continue with your day, bring some movement into the hands, into the feet. Stretch the arms overhead like waking up in the morning. And slowly, with the least amount of effort possible, roll to your favorite side. And use your arm strength to put yourself up into your seat. Sitting on your chair with the legs crossed, soles of the feet together, whatever feels accessible for you today. And I invite you to notice, how do you feel in your body after your practice? But most importantly, how are you feeling in your heart and your mind? One more time, you can bring the hands on top of your heart. taking a moment to check in with yourself. And as you're feeling your heartbeat, I invite you to send yourself extra love, extra kindness, and acceptance. Thanking yourself, congratulating yourself for being here, taking the time to hang out with yourself. Bring your arms behind you, grabbing opposite elbows, opposite forearms, opposite wrists, whatever is available for you today. Bring the chin to the chest in signal of sealing all the benefit from your practice. Bring the head up and the hands in front of the heart. We bow forward. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I hope to see you very, very soon.